Hi, I'm Chuck Marundi. Welcome to my video series on buying and selling real estate. And today we continue with our analysis of documents used to buy and sell real estate. I want to talk to you right now about seller disclosure. There is in Washington a required form. We call it a Form 17, Seller's Disclosure Statement. Now, let me give you a little bit of history on this thing because it's very important when you're buying a home to know how to handle the disclosure issues. In January of 1996, January 1, the Washington State Legislature passed a new law that required all sellers to provide a buyer with a Form 17, a statutory form with a whole bunch of questions about the home and the property, disclosures to the buyer, all about that real estate. Now, what has happened since then is very interesting. That Form 17, Seller's Disclosure Statement, has three check marks by each question. The first one is yes, the second one is no, and the third one is don't know. Well, the safest thing for a seller to do is to simply mark don't know, because if they mark yes or no, they could be responsible in a court of law for any potential liabilities that flow out of that answer and the buyer's reliance on that yes or no.
Of course, you'll want to pour through the entire Form 17 and look at all of the seller's answers, because there are questions that are important about encroachments, boundary lines, easements, right-of-ways, any shared driveways or road maintenance agreements. All of those things are important. And you'll want to make sure that if there are any yeses, that there are explanations.
Now, the whole purpose of the seller's disclosure law is to help buyers with the issue of seller misrepresentation. Well, once again we have the government coming to save us with consumer protection laws. The problem is you simply can't legislate honesty. If a seller is going to misrepresent some detail or some issue about the property, and he would do that anyway, forcing him to fill out a seller's disclosure statement where he can mark don't know and not be liable, well, it doesn't really help buyers. It really isn't a strong consumer protection law. The best answer to finding defects in your property is to simply hire a home inspector, have the well inspected, have the septic inspected, go through all of that with professionals. That is, in my opinion, the best way to do your due diligence and find out if there's anything wrong with the property.
You'll find many more articles about seller disclosure, seller misrepresentation, and how to do your due diligence when buying a home. Just go to sequimrealestatenews.com and go to the search box and type in Form 17 or seller misrepresentation.
I hope this has been helpful. And if you're thinking about buying a home in Sequim or Penangeles, I hope you'll contact me as your buyer's agent. You can find me on the internet at sequimrealestatenews.com. I'm Chuck Marundi. Thanks for joining me.